Ladies, gentlemen, and young ladies, good evening, everyone. You are once again welcome to this new dedicated geopolitical conference to world news. In the headlines of international news, all eyes are fixed on France. Is Emmanuel Macron not going to resign? Does Emmanuel Macron will not be overthrown, certainly by the army? That's true, that's it. It's France and so on. But Emmanuel Macron, will he be able to continue to exercise its power? Is it that we will not force him to resignation, or we arrive at a moment where the parliamentary majority goes, perhaps seek to initiate a motion impeachment of the president? Certainly, I don't know, let's say motion, in any case, a process of impeachment of President Macron. So, it's very hot this day from October 11, 2025. Sébastien Lecnu was renamed, and immediately the opposition parliamentarian. We know that they are numerous in the French parliament. They are raised. They declared that they will automatically and immediately censor Sébastien Lecnu because this nomination does not please them. They do not agree with. And Macron is blocked. I repeat, again, Macron no longer has someone on hand to present. And the real problem is that the French for them is no longer a question of person's face. It is not no longer a prime minister's problem. They want a radical change of system. The people have become radicalized. The parliament has become radicalized. They don't want to listen to even Macron at all. When they are invited to negotiations, they categorically refuse. France finds itself in this impasse. Very serious. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as part of this conference, Geopolitics, it is of course this news that we are going to talk about. But before continuing, agree to share this conference to the maximum. Put many likes, many. Since we are talking about France, the subject is very sensitive, and to secure the conference, it must be shared. It must be put a lot of likes, and above all, leave a review in the comments. So let's go into the depths. So it's a total disappointment. The people, even French, doesn't understand anything anymore. We are witnessing a rat bowl institutional. He's a rat, the bowl institutional. The opposition judge Lane by Sébastien Lecornu as a simple continuity of Macron's line without change of course or opening reel. As a reminder, Sébastien Lecornu had submitted his resignation that Macron accepted. 4 days later, Macron is unable to find a new person. Macron renamed him again. This is not the sign and the symbol of a real weakness that she has. This is the sign of a real weakness which is here. So therefore, Parliament does not want to endorse this inefficiency, this incompetence of the executive. The one who is really the target is Emmanuel Macron. For the French, if Emmanuel Macron leave, everything will change because the one who will come will not be someone who will raid French funds for Ukraine, will not be someone who will continue to push France down to move away from Africa, because it was Macron who made France moved away from Africa. The sources of income from France on the side of Africa have disappeared. These sources of income in Tari, that's all that has created the problem for France. But the moment we are in the process of talking is no longer a question of income as such. This is the system in a global way that he would like to change. So this is the deep reason, the reason for this immediate censorship. They say that they will censor, and so we therefore witnessing deep fractures. The two major poles of opposition accuse the Horn, Sebastian the Horned, to be the extension of an executive deaf to social and national schools. For them, the people are in the process of show their anger, but they are sisters. They refuse to listen. The demands of the people are not taken into account. But the Parliament French is right. It's an institution which is there supposed to represent, obviously, what do we call the people. So in the name of the French people who today manifest its rent the bowl compared to the Macron system, they too decide to follow the people, to make the complicated task. The problem is that if the Assembly Nationale agrees to pass the Macron's decisions, they will be considered complicit in the management of Macron, and then we will go to to 2026, huh? And the French people will continue to suffer. The French people will continue their suffering. That's very clear. So they are seeing that the future from France, there is no perspective. The only thing you need to do, we must make Macron leave. He and his wife have to get out government. It's no longer a question of prime minister. So the first minister who came, they will censor, and then there you go, he's going to leave. What will Macron do? He will find another first again minister, the very one who is unable to find new ones, new prime minister, which evolves in continuity. It will not be able to. So he will only have the choice, either resign, because even political agreements that he is supposed to engage with, how one will call it, with the opposition refuses. And so it is a symbolic motion, but powerful. The LFI and the RN want to make their mark from the start, send a clear signal, no stability without political recomposition. They want a political recomposition, but he refuses to go to the negotiations. That's it. How is it that the political recomposition can see the day? It's very complicated, and they themselves know that Macron did acrobatics. He has had no solution for his budget. So the horned one has not yet spoken. We already want to make it land. Although he has not yet spoken in as such. He had spoken when he had just resigned. So the repercussions of such a decision from the majority opposition in parliament, that's what we have in front of us. The image of a republic which is blocked. France is blocked. If someone tells you that France is not blocked, the person would have you lied. France is blocked. Absolutely. Blocked. You see, it is a chronic instability that the France has never known. France lives to the rhythm of ministerial crises. Every reshuffle becoming a battle survival for the regime, for the executive. We are therefore witnessing a fracture between institution and citizen. The French no longer believe in the face. They want a change of system, no change of prime minister. We have a majority that is untraceable. Emmanuel Macron, finds himself isolated. He has no majority. No one supports him. And finally, it's getting very complicated. It's the loss of credibility international. We now have the whole world in seeing France as a France unstable. So an unstable France in the eyes of its European partners. Paris appears weakened, unable to stay the course, to maintain a political course clear. Power is drifting. Some consider Macron as a dictator. There you go. So Macron is really at the end of the cycle, and it's very, very hot. So ladies and gentlemen, that was the front page of the news. I'll get back to you later, grace of the Almighty, with new information. It was, of course, the voice of your humble servant, the Samouraï.